we've actually determined that it's not about cutting out jobs or saving money, but it's more about enhancing the value of what we give to clients, enhancing the speed with which we deliver our services, and freeing up our existing resources to do a different task within the same period of time. So overall, the client gets the benefit. So we don't see it in our space as a cost saver. And in the cases where I've seen clients use it, most of the time it hasn't been about saving costs, though I have seen some where it saves significant costs. I think that good businesses, smart and ambitious team members in a business find ways to fill the time. And quite frankly, the day when people aren't really working, but they're getting paid and everything's done by robots or some other method of artificial intelligence, I'm not sure that that would be as fulfilling. So I don't see that being the case. I think people will find other things to do. I often say to my people, I don't need you to work harder, I just need you to work smarter. And I'm hoping that artificial intelligence allows us to work smarter. So I have an example of a client of mine who was in resource allocation and scheduling, was a big part of their business. And so that took up a lot of time. And they made a big investment in artificial intelligence. Like I would say to you, at the time, it would have been the equivalent of 3 or 4 FTEs in the upfront cost. So FTE meaning full-time equivalent over the course of a year. So they essentially took about 4 salaries and invested that amount of money in figuring out if artificial intelligence could actually make their processes more efficient. And the challenge that was put forward to them in that situation was a 1% enhancement in your costs would translate in that case to about a $200,000 a year savings. The average salary was about $45,000 or $50,000. So essentially, they were betting that they could get more than 1% savings per year by making this play in artificial intelligence. Fast forward, it took them about 9 or 10 months to implement the first iteration. Well, within 3 years, they had saved about 4% specifically associated with the artificial intelligence that they implemented. Now you turn that into what value implication that had on their business, it was significant. They actually created value in their business. Now, did it result in job losses? In their case, it did, but it was the right thing to do. Well, as with any change, the risk of negative implementation, and certainly, one of the reasons why we do this conversation series, is that if you don't think it through carefully going in, you may not get the results you wanted. So the negative implications are a bad implementation can have a multiplier negative effect. So the advice I would give to folks is put your time and energy into figuring out how and how you want to use it, and plan. And really lay a good foundation, because if you implement something like artificial intelligence on a bad foundation, the multiplier effect will turn it into a very negative outcome fast. We were instrumental in confirming that if you figure out how to automate these things or how to make better decisions faster, which is what the AI was designed to do, it would be great. And then AI was compared to what it can do. And the finance team was critical. The finance team was critical in saying, providing information that would form the baseline against which you were going to measure what you were trying to achieve. So for example, is it X per hour? Is it X per month? Does it take X many in order to achieve the outcome? And you create a baseline. Your finance team can do a very good job in helping you as an organization establish the baseline metrics against which you're going to measure the productivity enhancements or the efficiencies that come out of artificial intelligence. And without them, you may not have the framework within which to compare and contrast your decisions. It's coming. We can't avoid it. I do think that most businesses that I look at today will be affected by artificial intelligence within the next 5 years. And if they aren't, they're probably behind their competitors.